Hi there, my name is Mudzi. I would like to take this opportunity to give you a few tips that you might find handy when trying to put together your abstract for the World Physiotherapy Congress. It is always an exciting time when one is deciding whether to submit an abstract for the World Physiotherapy Congress. The main purpose of an abstract, remember, is to help people decide whether or not to read the entire submission, attend the presentation, and whether your presentation will be accepted for either platform, poster presentation, or even to decide the category into which the presentation should be allocated to. Abstracts are extremely important for indexing. They make it easier for researchers to find precisely what they need without having to waste a lot of time skimming through the actual presentations. One usually puts together an abstract after they have already collected the data, analyzed it, and are now just making a decision on how best to present that information to the abstract reviewers and, of course, the audience that they will be addressing. For you to be able to present your abstract, the first hurdle that you need to pass, obviously, are the abstract reviewers. You need to make sure that the abstract is of good quality to impress the abstract reviewers. What then are the important considerations for an abstract? The first thing, of course, is the title. Titles can at times be misleading, and one needs to take great care when deciding on one. Remember, the title is the first thing everyone reads. The title is critical because it should be fairly informative, eye-catching, relevant, short, and of course to the point. Your title should tell the reader the essence of the study that you are going to be presenting. Next on your abstract is the background or introduction section. In the background or introduction section, the main focus here is to show the reader what we already know about the subject matter in a sentence or two, nothing major. We then need to inform the reader about the area of study. Where is the gap that prompted you to study in that particular area? In other ways, you are trying to show us why your study is important. You are trying to give the reader the context of your study so that they can understand better why you did this particular study. Just below that will be the purpose of your study. In this section of the abstract, you are trying to state the aim and objectives of the study. Why did you do this particular study? This is critical because it talks to the methods that were used, the results that were obtained, and the conclusions that you are going to make. In your abstract, it is very important that all the sections talk to each other and that they are well aligned. You need to ensure that you are linking the purpose of your study to your methods, and you need to be addressing the purpose of your study in your results. And you should present the conclusion of your study addressing the purpose of your study as well. The next section is the methods of your study. The methods are an important part of your abstract. In this section, you are trying to provide a clear description of what was done as far as your study is concerned. Who did what in the study? When was this done? The methods section gives the reader information about whether the methods you used were appropriate to answer the purpose of your study. You need to explain the instruments that were used. State how the data was collected, how the data was managed, and how it was analyzed, which then leads you to the results section. In the results section, you need to summarize your main findings that are relevant to the purpose of your study. These findings should be based on your analysis that you have done. The emphasis in this section is on what you found. What did you discover as far as your study is concerned? This section can be slightly bigger than the other sections because you might need to make clear what the findings were and how important they are, which then leads us to the conclusion part of the abstract. In the conclusion, you want to tell us what your main findings were pertaining to the purpose of the study. What do the results tell you? It is critical that you don't overclaim your findings. Be modest about your claims. Be practical and be specific about what you found. And try and limit yourself to those issues that are relevant to addressing the purpose of your study. The next section is the implications of the study. In this section, you want to tell the reader how your findings have got the ability to influence the future practice of physiotherapy. Why is your study important for the profession? What should people learn that might assist them in their day-to-day practice of the physiotherapy profession from your study? And of course, the other section that's also important is the keywords section. Keywords are a list that you derive from your presentation. They are important because interested people can use them to find your work a lot more easily, especially when dealing with online formats. Keywords are important in assisting delegates to find your abstract, and they are also important in assisting World Physiotherapy Congress to file your abstract correctly, so that it's easy for people that will be looking for your information to find it. Let me part with a few general comments for you. The first one is concerning those people that do not have English as their first language. If English is not your first language, remember, World Physiotherapy has got help for you in place. There are mentors in place who can hold your hand throughout the abstract submission process. These mentors will help with the abstract so that it meets the required standard for an abstract. What is also important is that when you're putting together your abstracts, try and get other people to read your work and get feedback. Of particular importance are people that are not from your area of specialization, to read your work and see if they can make sense of it. If they can understand what you have written in your abstract, then most probably you have put together a very good abstract which will impress the abstract reviewers. Remember, you have got a limited number of words that you can use. So try to be to the point as much as possible and avoid the use of redundant words. Lastly, please remember to submit your abstract on time. Don't wait until the very last day of abstract submissions. My parting shot to you is that World Physiotherapy Congress is an exciting place to meet fellow physiotherapists, share knowledge, and learn about the new trends in the profession. When you submit a good abstract, it is an important step of this journey. So get cracking with that abstract, and I wish you all the best.